Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to my new character with Today Olusola-Obasa. This is a show that will never ever leave you the same way. Enjoy my music. Every time you hear this music, oh, it's time for mind your character. And I do. Good, I know. And I do good. Okay, so let me make it plain. Not as loud as this, that. I don't know how to shout. But how have you guys been? Everybody, how have you been? A lot on most people's mind these days. Nationally, personally, family, and what have you. Let's keep it tight. Let's keep the spirits up, and let's hope for the best, no matter what the situation is. I am very excited to be here and to have this show today. I am very excited that the month of November is coming to close. But I wish that the month will not end. Why? Because this month, First Royal Character and Value Limited, aka RCB, clocked 10, and we've been celebrating ever since the month started. I have enjoyed so many things, highlights, events, and today just concluded an exciting team board. Very, 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 very. Let me speak like an Indian somebody. It was very, very exciting actually. I wish you were there. But yes, it was beautiful. So as November gives us bye in 2 days, I'm choosing to be excited about the month coming to my mind. While we wait for November of next year to return again. By God's grace, we're here. And as we enter, as we've entered into the 10th year, I'm excited about the bigger, mega, global, awesome, mighty, gracious things that God has promised and God will help us do and be. For us at RCB, it's not just about what you do, it's about who you are becoming. So be is as important as do. And it's been very exciting. A lot of testimonies. I'm sure some of you have seen testimonials of our clients on the social media. Probably have also seen testimonials of our team members, and they are true to what they are. I have got testimonials as well. So you probably have not seen mine, or you have. The point is, I have also had the privilege of growing and of changing all through this season of 10 years. Pardon me, someone is making it laugh. I'm this close to closing, calling her name, but let's go on, guys. So, as we proceed, I am very excited that in the month of November, I have made attempts to talk about how to earn trust with people and never lose it because trust is the end product of character development. Every time you think of being a sincere person, the certificate you get for being sincere is that you get trusted. Talk about being accountable. The certificate you get for being accountable is that you get trusted. You talk about being moral standing. You talk about moral standing part of character, mental standing part of character. It will shock you to find out that what you gain at the end of it, like what's waiting for you at the point where you press the tape, so to speak, is trust. People get to trust you. So if you're faithful, you get to be trusted. If you're diligent, you get to be trusted with more. If you are consistent, you get to be trusted with followership. People follow consistent people. Yeah. And if you're committed, you're trusted with more commitments. I know more commitment can come in form of promotion and so many things. So just think of anything any trait, any quality of character that you know. I can tell you, it's leading you to trust. Integrity, trust. Just name everything that you can ever imagine. So every November for the past 10 years has been a time to discuss and talk about trust in depthly. So we discuss it, we look at it from a business standpoint and from individual standpoint. And this year, we decided to do that as well under that theme that has been running. Today being 28th, should have been a day when we held talent is not enough, but we had to put it on hold for, like we said, reasons beyond our control. So we still ensured that we kept the spirit high among the team and looking forward to greater and greater things. The next time you're going to hear of us hosting an event, it's going to be a banger, like the sort you have never seen or heard before. By the grace of God, we believe in God here at RCB and we are not unapologetic about it. Everybody has got a backing, so that's who our backing is. So today I'd like to push it a step further and talk about another aspect of how to earn trust with people and never lose it. Trust is so important that not only do you need to learn how to build it, gain it, earn it, you also need to learn how to keep it. Keeping trust is perhaps one of the most important assignments that you have, that I have. It might come easy to you or not to earn trust. Like I said, to earn trust, just have values that align with building trust. And then there you have it. They will come in several beautiful things. But that's just one leg of the journey. The other leg, which, if you ask me, I think is more rewarding, is keeping the trust. Why do I say so? So I've come up with a quote saying that the greatest reward for building at all is building to last. The greatest reward for building at all is building to last. If you build to cast away, you have some reward. Like you enjoyed it for the time it lasted, but you have short circuited that joy. That's why I say that the greatest, the best, the juiciest reward for building anything at all is building it to last. So imagine you built a house and it lasted for just 2 months and then it went down crashing because you did not do the right components that should build a house and make it stand, or it has structural defects and the rest of it. It's the same thing with building trust. So, guys, what I've been doing in the month of November for the few weeks I've been able to come live is teaching you how to earn trust with people and never lose it. So, consistency in doing any of the things that builds the trust is what makes it last. That's what makes consistency a power attribute in anyone's life. Last week, I discussed one value I called authenticity. Being authentic makes people trust you, and continuing to be authentic makes people keep trusting you. So, authenticity is both one way to earn, to build, to gain trust, and it's one way not to lose it. Keep being authentic if you started it at all. Keep being authentic if you started it at all. And today I'm going to talk about efficiency. Efficiency, whether at work, whether in projects, whether in tasks, whether in just think of anything. Efficiency is another thing that can help you gain trust with people and not lose it. So don't forget that you can begin with a trust factor, like a value that builds trust. But if you stop there, you could lose traction over time. So trust is something that is built intentionally. And when you already find out that you started putting in the good vibes that is building trust for you, you would necessarily need to be consistent about it. So being consistent about being authentic was discussed last week. And then today I'm talking about being consistent, about being efficient, being an efficient person. Efficiency speaks to, and I'm going to just read a quote from Stephen Covey quickly. We all know him to be that craft master when it comes to giving us solid and succinct definitions around things such as this. So I have a quote from him about efficiency. Okay, it's Peter Drucker. Peter Drucker, another fine management and personal development or people management expert, says that efficiency is doing things right. Efficiency is doing things right. Efficiency is doing things right. And effectiveness is doing the right things. I'm going to say at efficiency, doing things right. So if for over the period, let's say for instance you belong to a group, maybe in church, maybe in school, your classmates, maybe your neighbors, maybe your colleagues at work. And over time, they've noticed that this guy loves to do things right. This guy or lady is always insisting that we do things, what about things the right way? Over time, some of them might even take a swipe at it. Some of them might act like your own is too much. Why are you always insisting? Some people are cutting the corners and they're getting a good life from it. But guess what? They are building trust in you. It will shock you to find out that when an opening that requires somebody who must necessarily lead the pack into doing things right for a greater good shows up, all of them will say, we know someone. And it will shock you that your name will be on everybody's lips. Talking about earning trust through efficiency. I will go with Peter Drucker's definition saying that efficiency is doing things right. Isn't it amazing that in our world today, people seldom want to do things right? People want to do things, they want to do them quick, they want to do them fast, they want to do them anyways, they want to do them anyhow, but they probably don't want to do them right because doing things right requires a process, requires a template, requires a procedure, requires standards a lot of the time. Some people do not want to submit to it. Why must I go through? Why must I do this? And can't I just? So efficient people are in high demand to be trusted and to be given all of the slots that those who are inefficient will lose or fail to take up. So efficiency not only helps you to build trust, but if you consistently stay efficient, you will not lose trust with people as far as efficiency is concerned. So I've been telling you about how to gain the trust of people and not lose it. If people got to know you many years ago as an efficient person, when they meet you 10 years after, let them still meet that it's a value. And that means make it a value, don't just make it something that just passes by your life. So once you notice that something makes you think, hold that thing down, like hold it down as this is quality to my life. This is what makes me who I am. This is what differentiates me from other. And that's the entire definition of character. That thing, those set of values and qualities that differentiate between you and another person. Efficiency, efficiency, efficiency. So we have looked at efficiency as one thing that helps you build trust. When you build trust, you earn credibility. When you build trust, you earn credibility. And credibility is actually a bank of credibility. So many commercial banks, microfinance banks, international banks. There is a social capital bank or bank of credibility. There's a lot inside of it. It's a social capital based bank. That's what is traded there in that bank. Bank of credibility shows up, like you show up your fortunes in the bank of credibility when you are efficient. Don't forget when you are consistently efficient. So one of the solution I'm going to give you today, for every other day I will speak. I might be continuing this into December. Let's see how it goes. But I'm saying that with every quality value that you have that builds trust, you do that value plus consistency, then you earn never losing trust. I hope that helps you. So let me take an example. Last week I said authenticity. Authenticity was last week. You do authenticity plus consistency is equal to sustained trust or brand trust. When trust becomes something that creates value for your brand and keeps that authenticity. And today I've said efficiency is another thing. So efficiency plus consistency is equal to brand trust, value, brand trust, brand value, meaning that you can sustain the trust that people have in you. So it therefore means that how to calculate this mathematics is to do that value that brought trust in the first place multiplied by times, years, seasons, events, incidences, and when it stays either in place or even grows bigger, it is definitely equal to never losing. And guess what? There's a point to which people have experienced how consistent you are at being trustworthy that they sign, like they say something like, I trust your judgment. I vote my confidence in you. Some people even say things are really, really like I can live my life in that person's hand. Do you know what that means, please? So I hear people saying like, no, I can live my life in that person's hand and I'll be fine. It's possible. I know that a lot of people today have lost it when it has to do with trust because they even go by the answer, I do not trust anybody, I don't even trust myself. And I say, come off that. You can never save yourself that cheap. If you do not trust yourself, it's because you don't want to take responsibility for being consistent with the values that you trust. And so if nobody trusts you, it's because first you do not trust yourself. Nobody can trust if you don't trust yourself. So if trust is so important, that's what you should do. And this is not the session where I'm talking about what you can do with the trust that you gain from people, public trust. For instance, if a politician, if you had a system where politics, everything about politics was clear on the table, like everybody could see it, all the cards are on the table, there's no mago of any kind, there is no helping of any kind. If you were supposed to be like that, then you'll find the power of trust because when you earn public trust enough, carry go. You are sure that you will win the ticket against all odds. It's supposed to be something that is determinable. It's not something we should be wondering. And people would have been more committed to preparing for election in the ways that truly matter when it comes to how they are getting across to the things that really matter to the people they are coming in to serve, and not just a few people called godfathers that you just have to please and you feel that you're good. All right. Now, that was credibility. I mean, that was efficiency. That was efficiency. Let's look quickly at another one. I call it delivery. I call it delivery. And what I meant by delivery in this case is the integrity of your words. So when you say that you will do something and you ensure that that thing is done. So the delivery I'm talking about today is in the sense of the integrity of the promises. Brands make promises and brands should necessarily make promises. If a brand is not bold enough to make a promise, that brand is not worth following. I can tell you that. So brands should necessarily make promises. Brands should be interested in making promises. Brands should mean everything they say they promise to their prospective publics. But then the other part of it is when brands make promise, they have the moral burden to deliver. Delivery is a moral burden. So when you make a promise and you keep the promise, you earn trust. So delivery gathers in trust. Delivery gathers in trust. So you're either delivering a work as a staff member, you're delivering a promise as a brand, you're delivering even a promise as a parent. So it cuts across any aspect, any area of life, and you are delivering on what you have promised. Just a moment. And you are delivering on what you have promised. Now, that said, you can now go ahead and speak to how does delivery, how does delivery help? How does delivery help? How does delivery? I can see that my Facebook app timed out. I'm trying to see how I connect back to it so that those following me on Facebook are not disenfranchised. All right, so I'm back. Sorry for the Sorry for the break in transmission with technical glitches or itches. All right, so back to what I was saying. I was on the point of delivery. Delivery is your integrity code. It speaks to the fact that you respect your words, you respect yourself, you respect your brand. But it's very unfortunate that today people throw their words everywhere. You know, you hear people say, I will do this. And then when you tell them, "Ah, you just made a promise," they're like, I'm not, what's that word that the Bible said about somebody who is, I will remember, you know, and they will pick that word and say that I'm immutable. They say that it's only God that is immutable. I'm human. So when you knew that you are not immutable, why did you take your care to make a promise? When you begin to value every word you say to people, when you begin to value every promise you make, when you understand that your promise creates expectations, and that the only thing that validates that expectation is the experience that blends with that expectation based off the promise you have made, then you are beginning to value your brand and your person. Delivery is something else that builds trust with people. However, you now add the constants to it. You know, in mathematics, they'll say certain things are variables and other things are constant. The variables in different cases might be the value you are introducing, some of which have been introduced to you. However, the constant is the word consistency. Consistency is the constant value that helps you gain trust and go beyond just gaining trust to never losing it with people. Gaining trust and never losing it with people. So delivering in all areas of life. If you have been working and you do not really bother about delivering on your task as I went due, if you are a parent and you make frivolous promises to your children and you think because they are children they cannot hold you to it, you are losing trust gradually. If you are a husband or a wife and you make promises to yourselves and you don't keep it, you are losing trust gradually. And you know, trust, there's nobody who can give you trust forever that you don't deserve. Even a spouse that chooses to, out of love, trust you, they will look for commensurate activities or actions that show them that they are not stupid. Because over the time, it will seem like you give them a reason to rethink you when you are not complementing their vested trust. So trust can be a deposit. I mean, there can be deposit of trust. That is, you didn't earn it, but the person deposited it. But see, like you know, in the bank, in this bank of credibility, deposits must be there must be add-ons for you to grow. So when you add on true quality, truthful, commensurate values in life, that deposit grows and is stronger. That way you never lose it. So whether you received trust as an initial deposit and you need to grow it, or you earned it by something grand you did, either ways, there's a need to add consistency. That is, create a pattern around it. If you want to end trust with people and never lose it, you become intentional. You already know that this thing is big for me. This thing is what makes my life different from other people's own. So you will now go ahead and ensure that you put consistency into it. Consistency is demanding. Ask any consistent person that you know. Consistency is demanding. Consistency is the strongest, most difficultest value to uphold. But is it impossible because it's difficult? No. I can tell you that a lot of people are consistent. You can start from one thing and build to others. That's so much as I will be able to share with you today. Two things have been shared today about how to earn trust with people and never lose it. I introduced a constant to you. I've been telling you about several variables. It means that this added to this equals to this. And over time, people, it is tested over time. Tested over, that is multiplied by periods, times, seasons, experiences, issues. People are watching. And so the one that is most consistent as a pattern is what creates trust for you or depletes trust for you. Every day, people gain trust. Every day, people lose trust. And every day, some other persons strengthen their trust base. If your brand is going to be for all time strong, you can't play with your trust, brand trust. So there's something called brand value. Brand value is actually the worth to which a brand has come to be known in the minds of those who interact with that brand. You as a person, you're a brand, the product is a brand, the service is a brand. One of the biggest things you can do that can be solid branding for your brand is build trust. And I've been talking in this series about how to earn gain trust without losing it. Without losing it. So deliver on your promises. If you made a promise, deliver. And let me tell you that sometimes you make promises and things happen that inhibits you, make it impossible for you to deliver at all or as and when due. Simple. You can still strengthen your trust in that situation by going ahead to explain to the persons involved on why you could not do it. You may want to remake a promise or tell them that you will mention to them when you are able to. That way, they might feel pained that you could not, but they'll feel appreciative of the fact that you took the promise seriously enough. You came around and explained why it could not be. Stop living life anyhow. Stop acting like whatever I do or don't do doesn't matter. And stop thinking that the world revolves around you, meaning that whatever you do or you don't do, the world will stay with you. There's no such place. So we've been talking about how to earn trust. I wish that our government, I wish that our policy makers, I wish that every leader in the business space, I wish that every pastor, I wish that every son, every daughter, every parent will know the importance of trust and the human community and begin to commit to it. So this is the duty I've been doing since November, telling you how to earn trust with people. Because ask me, that has been the story of my life. In business, that has been the story. One big thing that has worked for me in business is choosing to stay trustworthy. Yes, it's demanding, but I love the results for me. I love it for myself. I love it for my brand. And the more I see the testimonies, the more I want to do more. Be trusted by your um, team members as a team lead. Be trusted by your spouse as a married person. Be trusted by your parents as a child or your children as a parent. Be trusted by your regulators in the industry where you play. Be trusted by your investors in your business. Be trusted by stakeholders in whatsoever you do. Be trusted by your coaches. Be trusted by your fans. Be trusted by your community. There are a line of stakeholders that measure trust. Guess what? Why you should be careful about what you do or throw out there about yourself or don't do is because trust either grows or diminishes based on people's perception. Don't package it. Don't lie about it. Be authentic. And today I added two quick ones. Be efficient, good, doing things right. And then number two, be great at delivery. When you give your word somewhere, try the best that you can to deliver. Thank you so very much for joining me today. It's been Mind Your Character, Bossa de Olusola-Obasa. Show that never leaves you the same. I'm very, very excited. I'm looking forward to a beautiful weekend, and I'm hoping that you have the same. Please stay out of trouble. My prayer is that all of us keep being safe, and nobody can keep themselves, but God will keep us. God will keep your household and keep everything that has to do with you. Don't forget to go to church on Sunday, yes, and be good. It's Bossa de Olusola-Obasa, and I am your value adding citizen of the earth. I'm going to allow the music to play. Did the music run away? No, it cannot. So let me hide the music to play for you. Oh no, the music doesn't want to respond.